Stadium. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Texas Longhorns. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity, and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Longhorns ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Williams. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major...
Makes the grab in their space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Gain of 17 on the play. And first down for the offense.
Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Carr. With the catch, it's Flanagan. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. I'm sure you guys saw this, one of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And this is the beauty of getting in these third down and manageable situations. It makes it so much easier for an offense. Now you can run your RPO game, and everybody has to respect that run. I read it. He reads it correctly, spits it out on the perimeter right now. Your guy does the rest of the work. Nice third down execution.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Plows through the defense. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
4th down, Carr. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he scores! Touchdown, Fighting Irish!
And they talked about it coming into this game, guys. They were going to be aggressive. They had an opportunity. Could have kicked a field goal? Absolutely not. Hammer down, they stay aggressive, and they strike first in this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here's Arch to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. They're working that left side. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
And the Longhorns heading quickly to the line. In the red area, it's Smothers. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
He's got it. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Here's Carr to throw. Over the middle, it's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Got a man. It's Graham. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Turning it on. The 20. All the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame. That That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Quarterback empties his backfield. Here's Manning to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Smothers. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
And the Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. The give is to Williams. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Run in the red zone, it's Williams. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Throwing, Carr. Setting up the screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And it's something you learn as a pass rusher all the time, man. If I beat that tackle immediately, right away, there's usually a reason. They're wanting me to run upfield. He plays the screen beautifully. The defensive end stays home, sees it, makes a tackle on the running back, and prevents the big play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, Irish! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out.
Number 25, set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Arch is going to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Hookham is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass, it's Manning. Taken in on the right side by Coleman. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Smothers. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Longhorns have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Might as well stick with him. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. To throw, Manning. Here's the pressure. And they got him. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
They'll send out the kicker here. Absolutely center cut. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The give is to Williams. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Blasted as he lets it go. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Looking to pass, it's Carr. He lets it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll just run the ball in the middle of the field and watch that clock continue to wind here late in the first half. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. They'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Third down from the gun, Manning. He's going for it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Just enough time to get off 1 final play of the half. Bringing the heat. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look in on BYU taking on the NC State Wolfpack. And it's the Cougars in front on the scoreboard and atop their conference standings. And it's hardly too early to dream big. This team is closing in on a 6-0 start. Could be a special season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion in coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Manning. Under fire. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Longhorns come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Wide receiver going in motion. The run inside. It's Smothers.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He breaks a tackle. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back.
Finding some room. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Arch Madness. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. action. Carr rushes on him. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
I think we're going to see more and more of this in college football. It used to be that if it was 4th and inches and you're on your own side of the field, you automatically punt. But I like that play call there. With their offensive line and their ability to run the football, just go out and get it and keep the drive alive.
Carr fires to the middle. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got him right where they want.
Snags it and he's open. Touchdown, Longhorn. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Throwing Manning. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Here's a heat. Makes the grab on the left. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Got enough for the first. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll ride the hot hand. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's Carr to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the time.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Running inside, it's Williams. Makes it past the marker. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Might as well give it to him again. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. On the move at the 30. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Throwing. Williams open on the right side. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. The Irish punch back.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. Dropping back, it's Carr. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. Rides to the back. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll move the wide receiver. The run inside. It's Williams. There's a crease. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Going to the run. It's Mobley. And he runs it all the way down to the 3 before they get him.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They feed him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. So the defense trying to maximize their clock management. They used a timeout here, and the 2-minute stoppage is coming. On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. So just 1 second before the clock would have stopped anyway. The defense uses a timeout here, and of course it'll stop again on the next play for the 2-minute timeout. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. They give it to him again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
All right, you've now tried running the ball down here a couple times. It hasn't worked. What are you going to do on fourth down? Are you settling for a field goal? And you've got to play in your back pocket to go get you 6.
The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their third timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
All wideouts, no backs.
Here we go. Ready? 1, go!
Here's Arch to throw. unloads to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Under fire. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
They'll move the tight end. Here's Manning to throw. Floats it out in space. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Just keep slinging it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Defense making the play. Hey, never hurts to pad the stats on D either, right? And they'll be able to run out the clock. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback taking the ease. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.